Hello, we are NCAA Picks, a college football prediction website, just like fantasy football, but for college football. So let me introduce the team real quick. Our first member is Caleb, and he works in the front end as well as user authentication. Ryan is our second member who also works in the front end, and he works in the user engagement section of our front end, such as profile work and any social aspect of our website. My name is Jack, and I work in the back end as well as the data infrastructure using the data API that we are using. And John is the other backend member who uses deployment to put our front end and back end out there. I will pass it on to Caleb to talk about the project more.
Once again, my name is Caleb, and I am going to be giving you a brief overview of the project. Making predictions is part of the fun of being a college football fan, whether it's calling the winner of the big game or seeing how your favorite team performs each week. But today, most prediction platforms are built around betting, which can limit access and create unnecessary risks. That's where NCAA Picks comes in. NCAA Picks is a web-based prediction app that brings fans together in a fun, social, and risk-free environment. Instead of money, users compete for bragging rights, earning points for correct picks and climbing their group's leaderboard. We designed NCAA Picks with flexibility and inclusivity in mind. Users can create private groups with customizable settings, like picking which teams to follow each week. So whether you're a diehard college football fan or just a casual observer, there's a place for you. It's simple to use, intuitive, and focuses on friendly rivalry and shared passion, not stakes or stress. Now imagine this. As a college football fan, I want to compete with my friends on weekly predictions, so I use NCAA Picks to make my picks, check the leaderboard, and celebrate my wins, all without ever spending a dime. Our goal is to create a socially driven platform that prioritizes community and connection. By removing monetary barriers, we open the door to a broader audience and create a safe, welcoming space for everyone who loves the game. Now I'm going to kick off the live demo and showcase our homepage as well as what the game loop is going to look like for users week to week. So this is the landing screen that you'll see after logging in. We have a game of the week section. We showcase the rankings for the week, which is just taken from the weekly AP poll, which is the most common poll used in college football. And then we can see all of our groups down here, and we can join a group here or create one here. I've already prepared one, so I'm just going to jump right into that. This is where users will probably be spending most of their time making their actual predictions. You can see the matchup that we're on, the upcoming schedule for that team, the leaderboard, and these are all of our prediction options. We can actually use these game statistics as well to help us make these predictions. To call out some, here are the efficiency ratings for the team. It's out of 100, and the higher it is, the better they are in that category. In this case, TCU is looking like the best option, so we'll just go ahead and click all TCU. And then once you've done that, you lock in your predictions with this button and showcased by the lock here. Now, normally you would do this for all of the teams, and you would have to wait for the week to end for the games to happen to get the results. However, I'm going to skip that part and advance the week real quick, and we'll talk through the results there. So now we've advanced the week, and you can see that the game of the week and the weekly rankings have updated. We'll jump back into our group, and you can see that this is us right here, and we did pretty good, outscoring John Madden in our group. Something else you might have noticed is that these values for the predictions have changed, and this is part of our variable prediction algorithm, which takes in a bunch of stats and gives more balance to those unbalanced matchups, meaning you'd get more points for correctly choosing the less favorable team. Overall, this should give you a pretty good idea of um, how you'll be interacting with our site week to week.
My name is Ryan, and I'll be continuing the demo. So another important feature of our web application is the Create Group page. So in this page, users will be presented with a bunch of customizability options, like being able to choose their name, the teams they want the group to follow throughout each of the weeks, prediction options they want their members to place their predictions upon, and then of course when they create the group, they'll become the host of the group, so they can also manage what players they want in the group, and then it will appear. Additionally, in order to invite someone to the group, you can simply here search up the ID of the group or the name of the group. So let me search up the group I just created. And then it creates an invitation. You can simply copy this invitation, and then you can give it to another user that has an account on NCAA Picks, and they can join the group. And then another core feature is the profile system. So because we want this web application to also allow for sports fans and non-sports fans to socialize a little bit, each profile will basically have a comment section where they can leave a comment or a reply. And also profiles will have a nice customizability section, so you can make changes. And then because of this option, different profiles will have their own unique look, and players can personalize their account to themselves. So this covers over most of the main core features, but there's still a decent amount more to see. And that concludes the demo. Thanks.
Hello. So now I'm going to tell you guys about the architecture of our project. We use Angular for our front end, and we use Spring Boot for our back end. And the way they communicate is through REST API exchanges. For our database, we use Mongo, and any data that we wanted, football-wise, would be gotten from our external data API, which is called college football data. On the data side, at the beginning of the season, we would grab the initial games data as well as the initial teams data, and each week we would grab the games and stats data at the end of the week to provide results and scoring. A algorithm I want to show you guys is the variable prediction scoring, and that this algorithm makes it so harder predictions give you more points. How we predicted it is we use the spread of the game by predicting the home score minus the away score, and we put it through a sigmoid function to find the percentage of the total points that we want to give to the home team. And to get the away team score, we would just minus it by the total. I'm going to pass it off to John now.
Thanks, Jack. Next, let's talk about the software engineering practices that the team utilized in order to complete the project. The front-end team, throughout our 16 weeks of development, was able to complete 103 issues, committing a total of 190 commits to the front-end repo. The back-end team was able to complete 53 issues, as well as commit 219 commits to the back-end repo. The back-end team has also provided an API with roughly 40 created endpoints that help to retrieve and update data. Among those, 33 of them were also tested through integration testing. As we can see here, they all passed. Well, that wraps up our presentation on NCAA Picks. Thank you for taking the time to look through our project as we provide a service to allow college students to place prediction on college football. Thank you everyone for making this possible, and thank you for taking the time to listen to our presentation. We hope that the next prediction you make will be on NCAA Picks.